In the eerie town of Eldridge Hollow, an ominous manor stood at the edge of a forbidden forest. Known to the locals as Blackwood Manor, the house was shrouded in terror and mystery, whispered to be haunted by the spirits of its ill-fated past. The structure loomed like a dark sentinel, with ivy tendrils clutching its crumbling facade, the windows like vacant eyes watching the world with silent malice. Old legends wove tales of tragedy and curses, of a family once great, now reduced to whispers on the cold autumn air. Stricken with curiosity, a group of 5 audacious friends, James, Sarah, Peter, Lily, and Michael, decided to unravel the secrets hidden within the walls of the infamous manor. They had heard the stories from childhood, each retelling more fantastical than the last, of spectral figures glimpsed at the windows, strange lights in the dead of night, and inexplicable sounds that carried on the wind. Armed with flashlights and cameras, they set out on a chilling adventure on a moonless Halloween night, a night where the boundary between the living and the dead seemed blurred. As they approached, an owl screeched in the distance, its wings a shadow punctuating the cool air, the trees whispering secrets of old as the wind rustled through their branches. Upon entering the manor, a gust of cold air greeted them, and the heavy wooden door groaned as it shut behind them, echoing through the vast emptiness. The lobby was dimly lit, the walls adorned with faded portraits of austere faces that seemed to follow the intruders with their ghostly eyes. An ornate rug lay across the floor, its intricate patterns now muted and faded by dust and time's cruel passage. A massive chandelier hung from the ceiling, cobwebs draping elegantly from its arms like a ghostly tulle. "I have a bad feeling about this," whispered Sarah, clutching James's arm nervously. Her voice seemed to die in the oppressive silence, swallowed whole by the manor itself. The air around them felt heavy as if the house itself was a living entity, breathing an age-old sigh over its latest inhabitants. Each room boasted its own share of eerie stories, with the creaky floorboards and distant echoes providing a chilling soundtrack to their exploration. A grand piano in what used to be a music room sat silently, its keys yellowed, a thin layer of dust rendering even its sorrowful notes mute. They found a study where a dusty old desk still had a yellowing parchment with scribbled frantic notes about apparitions and shadows, detailing a descent into madness. The shelves were lined with books whose spines were brittle and pages curled, tomes that might once have spoken of history or knowledge, now reduced to relics of obscurity. An ornate sitting room was crowded with ancient furniture under sheets, creating an impromptu ghostly assembly. The chairs, adorned with drapes, appeared like specters frozen mid-conversation, secrets locked away beneath layers of linen. The friends decided to delve deeper into the heart of darkness, the basement. Legend had it that the cellar was the nerve center of supernatural activity, the very heart from which the house drew its sinister power. Descending the rickety stairs, they were enveloped in an icy chill. Shadows danced ominously along the walls as their flashlights flickered ominously, casting long, ghostly silhouettes. The air was thick with the scent of damp and decay, making them shiver despite their bravado. The walls were cold and damp to the touch, and there was a constant dripping noise that seemed to emanate from nowhere in particular, perhaps from the tears of the damned. Suddenly, Peter felt a chill on his spine when a whispering voice called his name from the darkness. "Peter, come play with us," it beckoned, reminiscent of a childlike innocence yet echoed with sinister intent. It seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere, wrapping around him like a spectral embrace. His breath caught in his throat, the familiar yet alien tone sending shivers down his spine. "Did you hear that?" Peter asked, his voice trembling as he scanned the room.